Greeting interwebs, this is Jack K and welcome for another edition of Pokemon Colosseum. Last time we found Miror B here in the Regum Tower, fought and defeated him. He gave us a key that we'll need to progress onwards. However, it looks like we're gonna need more than just that one key. So let's go find someone else to fight, cause that seems to be the pattern, doesn't it? So let's get Dark Knight and Puffluck out here in front. And then let's go in and see what awaits us. I mean, it seems kinda clear what awaits us, but you never know when I'm gonna be setting you guys up for a plot twist. No plot twist today. The only plot twist was to myself, because I forgot that Digum came before Lady Venus, so I fought these guys out of orders for a minute or so. Oopsie daisy. Speaking of order though, you can fight these guys in any order you want. I am going to be shooting for the order that we fought them in throughout the game. I don't know, just some sort of consistency. The nostalgia of earlier on in the playthrough, even though one of these bosses we didn't really fight that long ago. Nevertheless, more the reason to save that guy for last. I do gotta confess, this guy's new team is kinda annoying, and the only hope for me to turn to my favor is predicting him to do the protect early on and doing a whole ton of damage with the Giga Drain, taking him out before he can Earthquake. Well, that critical hit certainly works in my favor. Yeah, when I say predict, I mean this wasn't the first time I fought against this guy. I did have a failed attempt before, although it was very close. I'll probably throw the very end of it at the end of the video, because I will admit, if I were to play a little safer, I wouldn't have had to have a second attempt. But that's in the past, and we're doing a second attempt now, so we're just gonna have to take what we got. But yeah, with that wish cast out of the way, this battle is gonna be a lot easier, because I can actually put Pokemon to sleep without getting Ice Beam to the face. And you know how much Puffluck enjoys getting hit in the face by Ice Beam. Yeah, Puffluck does not take an Ice Beam at all. It's like a giant versus an ant. The ant can do all it wants, it can boast about its extraordinary superhuman strength. But all the giant has to do is flick its finger and it's out of there. So combining my sleeping with my confusion, some of you may consider this a cheap tactic, I consider it a tactic that works. And with confusion, the opponent doesn't always hit itself. I know, incredible. I'm sure a lot of you have forgotten about that, but it is possible to break through a confusion. You just have to be the AI to do so. But never fear, I will fix this problem by putting the Fortress to sleep as well. And since it's too early to pull off a Toxic, when I'm thinking that might have been better than actually putting it to sleep. Either way, it probably won't wake up this turn, so Toxic's not an option. I could either swap out, trying to do extra damage, or I could go for the Feint attack, right? Or I could just be an overall jerk and go for a Confuse Ray on the Pokemon that's already asleep. Because it's the AI has no emotions. Just intellect programmed by a machine without emotions. Hey, might as well enjoy the days when computers don't have emotion before they take over the world. Not that day could come sooner than we expect. Plus, even if these guys were real, they're villains. Why should we respect them in the honor of battle? Let's spam all the sleep powders and confuse rays at them. Or we could predict the Pokemon to wake up and go for Toxic because we have nothing better to do with our Umbreon. And by predict, I mean just do it because you have nothing better to do and nothing to do with prediction at all. Yay for Protect! Yay for my Toxic going to waste! Yay for this whole turn having absolutely nothing going on, and therefore being completely irrelevant to the battle. Minus a little stalling in PP. Hooray! Yeah, let's go for the sleep this time, because like I said, I have not done enough in this battle to annoy my opponent. At least if my opponent had any sort of emotion, and wasn't just an AI. Don't worry people, despite all my efforts to keep my opponent from ever making a move, it won't last forever. Eventually my opponent's gonna wake up with one of their Pokemon, it's gonna break through the confusion, and what you know, pulls off a move. Not a damage move, but the Sunny Day's out on the field now. Heck, I'll take it, it works to my advantage. Well, at least it does for now. Puffluck at least get the ability to heal without me wasting my items. Not that I really am worried about wasting items, considering how many items I have. You gotta take what you get and roll with the punches, especially if the punches work for your favor, being punches the opponent does to themselves instead of punches you take to the face. Cause I don't know about you, but I would rather have someone trying to punch me punch themselves in the face than to have them actually connect with my face. By the way, we don't have enough on this battlefield. Let's throw some attract into the mix on top of the sleep and the confusion. Let's just make this all the funds for Mr. Flyagon and Floratrace. And by Mr. I mean Ms. Flyagon. Why not? What do we got to lose? A little HP? Nothing that lemonades could possibly restore. Now, if only yours truly would make up his mind of how he wants to torture his opponent even more so, maybe we could actually move onwards with the video. What's this, a flat out attack? What's this, bringing out confusion? Oh boy, someone, and by someone I mean me, smells an earthquake coming. Good thing I am getting lucky with the critical hits. Don't worry folks, I'm not always lucky, it's just the lucky attempts are what make it on screen, because if I was unlucky I'd probably lose the battle and have to retry. Nevertheless, what gets us through gets us through. The Flygon is down, no more sunny day. Hopefully by the time the one Pokemon worry about benefiting from the sun won't be out by then. Although that Clay though might prove to be a Pokemon besides the one I was thinking that could take advantage of the sun. How could a clay doll that has nothing to do with fire take advantage of the sun? I'm sure you'll see. I'm sure that even my most fine tactics of trying to keep my opponent from ever attacking won't prevail in the long run. Especially if things like sleep powder missing occurs. Why do we have to deal with an inaccurate sleep move, and why does it always feel like it's more accurate than it actually is? I don't know, but here comes a solar beam right into my Dark Knight's face. Guessing my Dark Knight is a big bulky wall, full of tankful goodness, not really that great of attacking but can take a hits for days, and lots of glorious stuff like that. Puffluck on the other hand is like a glass. Not a glass cannon, but a glass cup. You could possibly tilt it over and spill water on someone, but that doesn't guarantee you're going to do anything with it, unless the person's allergic to water. Just replace water with grass and you kind of got an analogy of Puffluck and how it's been so far. Yeah, let's go with a pretty glass cup. Puffluck is a pretty glass cup. You can get gazed and memorized by it, forgetting that you're in the middle of combat. And you can pour water on it, and by water I mean grass, but we're making analogies here, so let's pretend the grass is water. You just stare at the pretty cup, or pour water on it. If you even attempt to break the cup though, the cup goes down. And that is the story of Puffluck for today. I'm sure we'll have another one before the playthrough is over. Let's see how we're actually doing with the combat. Oh wow, we're actually taking down a Pokemon. Way to go, Dark Knight. Someone's being constructive, although I gotta give Puffluck credit where credit is due. Sleep Powder has been my friend. Though Sleep Powder won't be my friend for long, because here comes the Fire type. And no, there's no sun, but this is Puffluck we're talking about. I didn't just waste you guys' time with a whole 2-minute analogy of why Puffluck is pathetic, just to have Puffluck be able to survive a fire attack. Dude, well, yeah, at this point, with... pretty sure this is his last 2 Pokemon. There's not really any point trying to keep Puffluck alive. So let's just see what Puffluck can do before it faints. Who knows, maybe Puffluck will prove me wrong. And make that whole analogy I spent so much time on completely worthless and a waste of your guys' time. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, here comes the Fire Blast. I wonder who's gonna get hit by this Fire Blast. Oh, it's Puffluck overkill. He didn't just tip over the glass cup. No, he shooted the glass cup, and by shooted I mean shot. Shot that glass cup. Not with a bullet though, but with a bazooka. That was the analogy of Puffluck getting defeated by that move right there. Thankfully, we got Confused Rays up the bazooka, and we can use that to keep the battle in our favor. And Cold Red is finally getting a chance to do something in this fight. Even if that's something just digging under the ground and getting damage off on the other fire type. Even though Dig's not that great of a move at this point in the game. Hey, it's a ground type move. I don't have to send out my ground type to take care of it. Let's give Cold Red some action. I'm sure my Viabra, Sahara, I believe is her name, will get the chance to shine sometime in the future. Especially when we have a flying type and a Pokemon that knows Detect to make Earthquake work as a combo. You know what would be the exact opposite of a combo? Using Earthquake while your partner digs underground. Try it sometime. I'm sure it won't completely knock out your partner, and instead lead to a glorious combination of double battle tactics. And speaking of double battle tactics, let's use a move that only attacks one opponent like it's not even a double battle. Alrighty. To attack the Pokemon that's 4 times weak, or just let it take itself out with double edges and focus on the Pokemon that could be a potential ignored. I guess I decided to go for the latter, although I guess Umbreon has nothing better to do, considering I decided to use a normal type move against a steel type move. Let's just say that's assurance to make sure that the next time this Fortress does double edge, it'll be taking itself out. Let's just say that's my reasoning behind that tactic. Too bad that double edge is gonna miss, and both Pokemon will be alive for another turn. Granted, the Fortress didn't do anything this turn, so it all balances out. Sure, that dig was probably overkill, but how was I supposed to know? Unless I was actually planning ahead in great detail. Maybe Secret Power will finish it off, and we won't have to go for the double edge animation? Maybe, and I think it's just hanging out with 1 HP. Oh well, it's probably more amusing if it takes itself out. Enjoy it. Yay, it didn't even blow up, and yet it took itself out. And that makes a rather clean victory for me. A little bit slow on the start of the battle, but hey, what ends well is well overall. Like that, I paraphrased a quote. Intentionally too, I totally didn't just butcher the quote. And all the time I'm battling my losses have came at the hands of Master NASCAR and you. Now take this. It's your passport to fear and despair. You're sick of turning back now. Now it's time to do so. Go and cry to mommy. No epic jump. Well, I guess we're inside a building, but that would have made the epic jump even greater. Like, crash right through the top of the building, flying out into outer space. Now, for you fine viewers at home who decided to stick around for this entire video, I have a treat for you. This is from the first battle I had against this guy. And guess what? He has the same 2 final Pokemon. But guess what? Umbreon's my only Pokemon. I am feeling pretty on the edge right now, and I'm pretty confident that Fortress just took itself out. And I am feeling, hey, I don't even need to revive anyone. I could totally do this by myself. It's confused, it's poisoned. What could go wrong? Let me just stay in here, and let's get a secret power off on this guy. Oh wait, it snapped out of confusion. Well, Fire Blast, it could miss. No, Fire Blast is not gonna miss. Well, I can survive. Not if it's a critical hit. I suppose the moral here is, even if you feel confident you can win, never go into a double battle alone. I would say that's all I got, but since I got the time, I will point out that if you do stick around past the end slates, I do have a blooper. I mean, every once in a while I've done this, but I've never pointed it out before. I should get better about that. But speaking of recordings, this one is almost out of time, so I should wrap things up. Next time on Pokemon Colosseum, we will try to find another admin to fight. Who will it be? Well, if you pay attention to this game, you probably know. But I will mention who it is in the next episode. See you all then! However, it looks like we're gonna need more than just that one key. So let's go find someone else to fight, cause that seems to be the pattern, doesn't it? I wonder who will be next. I guess I'll lead off with Puffluck and Dark Knight. Probably my best pair of combinations for the fight up ahead. Unless, oh wait for it. No, Lady Venus is not next. Wait, who am I talking about? Dakum was the first guy we fought. After Miror B. All this foreshadowing was for nothing! Dang it.